Hi, Sally.
Hi, hi, Joey, and hi,
How
everybody, all of Joey's
how
friends
are
and
you? Wow, we have
family.
oh
How
look at
are
that. Look,
you? How is
so many
everybody?
people, so many people tuning in. We have right now it's like 750 people right now. So
Ooh,
and still going up. And so I think you have many fans here watching from
I
all
hope
over the
so.
world.
Malaysians
Wow,
are really nice to me. They
right.
always,
You look
they
great,
always
Sally.
kind to me, and you too, Joey. I have to thank you. Actually, just now when I heard your introduction, I was thinking, ever since I've known you, or I met you in San Francisco, I realized that every time I did a show in Singapore or Malaysia, you always came.
I'm one of your groupies, you know. I go to all your shows.
And it's so sweet. You always offer to buy tickets, and you even fly over to Hong Kong. And so
Yeah.
I actually really
Well, I
appreciate it.
miss your shows, right? And all your singing. So yeah, you're great.
I
And
really
I think
appreciate
for a
you.
lot of people, look at wow, how many fans are logging in right now.
Well, I hope
The chat,
so
the
because
chat,
I'm
the
so
chats.
excited to do this thing. I mean, we've been talking about it for so long, and I've been scared in the past, and I thought, well, this is a great time to connect and talk to everybody. So I'm really
Wow,
excited, and I got my heart's pumping and everything.
wow. Thank you so much.
So
Now,
what is this
how
forged in fire? What is that? Okay.
oh, that's my series of talking
That
to.
Christ.
It's an online thing, and I'm trying to get all my friends like yourself here to share how are they dealing with all this, right? Because to make sense of all this that's going on right now, you know, and I think in Hong Kong is a partial lockdown, not like here, and Singapore is like a
Um,
total lockdown.
Hong Kong was, I don't even think Hong Kong ever had a complete lockdown. What they did that I noticed the most is they closed the golf courses, which is really upsetting. and um, because that's my only connection with nature other than hiking, which is like going hiking now is like going to a concert. I mean, you have millions
Really?
of people on the mountain fighting for that tiny little trail that is so narrow, and you're going like this, which is a terrible thing because like when people walk by, I almost don't breathe.
Right. So,
Yeah,
but other than that, yeah, and you're doing all right. You know, spending your time at home right now.
and well, Hong Kong only has a partial lockdown, so we are not allowed to gather in more than groups of 4 people.
Okay.
So,
Right.
like on Monday, I'm going to go for dinner, and then so I ordered a table next to me, which I can put my Alex Lam and his girlfriend, Lam's son, next
All right.
door,
All right.
6 feet away.
All
So
right.
yeah, we're trying to be socially distant, and but the other day I went to IKEA, and it was like people
Right.
mounted. See, it was so many
Really?
people.
Right. And yet the numbers of infection is very low in Hong Kong. So you guys know how to keep the hygiene and protect yourselves, right? It's like you got
Well, I
experience
think
from.
Hong Kong people are quite diligent about being very cautious, and
Right.
they're considerate of each other in many ways. And so we're like, we don't, and I guess if there's 7 million people in Hong Kong, we have 77 million people with masks on. And
Right.
the other day I went out with my no makeup on outside my house to try to tell the contractor something about our wall, and I had no makeup, no eyebrows, nothing, and with mask on. And 2 people walked by and recognized me, and I was devastated because I had no eyebrows. I was
Right.
like, "How can anybody recognize me like this?"
But you
So,
look great even without makeup and all that. It's
well,
just like this, like you are right now
I was so well. I have a lot of makeup on now. My
at home.
first time in Malaysia with you, so I was quite excited, and I just
Right.
want
All
to
right. Thank you.
share with everybody and have a connecting time with everyone.
Wow, thank you. We have about almost 1,200, almost 1,300 people right now watching this. All right,
Is that
and
good?
yeah,
Good. I will be with one.
it's on Facebook and YouTube at the same time.
Oh,
And
good.
yeah, right. So tell me, the people here right now, a lot of times they're just at home. Is there a way for you, right, to stay productive during this time? Any advice for people like this?
Well, I'm actually quite a homebody, so a situation like this is just right for me. I
Right,
actually staying at home. So for me, the home is the most important aspect of my life, and so I've always kept a home sweet home. And
right.
for other people that don't stay at home, which I don't know why people don't stay at home, the home is such a tranquil and wonderful sanctuary where when you go out, maybe because in my work I used to go out a lot and I used to have to work a lot. And so when I got home and saw that bed, I just
Right.
loved bed, and I just want to get on there and just relax. And so
Right. I
for
think
me,
people can't relax these days. Yeah, they don't feel like relaxing. It's like they're at home. They don't feel like they need to do something.
maybe because they're being forced to stay at home and it's not a choice, but actually, when you don't
And
have
for
a
you,
choice to stay at home, then you have the choice of what you're going to do at home. And so I think it's really important to, instead of thinking, oh, what am I going to do, or having to find something to do, I think it's an important time to be quiet and
right?
be in silence and um, learn something. I just
Yeah.
pouring through the, um, I just introduced iPad to Lamb,
Right.
and
Uh-huh.
before his hobby was sewing and tailoring.
Really?
Now it's become
Imagining so.
iPad because, and then he's taken my iPad and he's confiscated it. So I'm using it now to talk to you. So because I'm using it now, he's upstairs. He can't use it.
All
And
right.
so, um, I've scoured to learn things about what I'm interested in and to educate
Mhm.
myself and
Right.
to give myself some contemplation time
Wow, that's
about
really good advice.
an
Yeah, I think people need to do
important
that.
I think it's an important time to think about what it is you want in life, because life is not about everything on the outside. I think
Hmm.
it's not about what you do on the outside. You can't look for things outside the exterior of your own self to look
Hmm.
for pleasure or a satisfaction or happiness. You need to look inside. And I think
Absolutely.
this is the best time to do that. And if you
Right.
can, then I think you will grow. What is that word that I hear so much now? Exponentially.
Exponentially.
As a human being, which is what I
Yeah.
think we're all here for. Um,
Yes.
we have a purpose in life, and I think it's important at this time.
Excellent.
Advantage of this time to find your purpose in life.
Great. I think that advice is so important, especially for millennials and Generation Z, which is younger than the millennials right now. And some of them don't even take this virus thing seriously, right? Because they just think that they won't get it. What's your take on this?
Um, I think you shouldn't panic. I don't think you should go crazy, but I
Hmm.
think you should be contemplative and calm and
Right.
and realize the reality of it. Like some people, like when you hear the White House briefings,
Yeah.
you kind of realize that some of the big
It's
guys
like a
have
big comedy, yeah. Those,
reality of it, because you know there's fiction and there's reality, there's fake news and there's real news, and you have to face the reality of there is a virus that has come down to our planet now, to our earth, and it's causing a lot of frustration and panic
Mhm.
and a worry for a lot of people, because if you do get it, then that
Yeah.
will affect your own body
And
in ways you would not know, because um, it might affect your body for years to come, not just at the time that you get it.
absolutely.
It's not like the flu.
And it
Even though
affects other
I'm not a
people as
doctor, I'm
well.
not a doctor, I would know this is not the flu. It's so transmittable, and the thing is, it's not just you that can get it. And I think that's the key, that it's not about you.
Yeah.
This
It's about
virus
other people as well.
realize that we're all connected, like we're all one person, we're all connected in so many ways, because when you have this person out of a job, that takes so many other people out of jobs, and
Hmm.
it's affected the employer, it affected the janitor, it affects the office tea lady, it affects the window washer, it affects everybody. I mean,
Right.
so, and when you get it, your whole family might get it.
Yeah.
And in fact, in China, one director I heard, and then
Hmm.
this was a story, that he had text out that his father or mother got it. His father got it, and then he looked after his father, and they all had to stay indoors because they couldn't get testing at that time. Was the beginning, and then his mother got it, and he got it, and his wife got it, and they all died. And he texted out and said goodbye and hope
That's
you guys
terrible. Yeah. So
this
it's
serious.
important. It's important for young people, especially to stay safe, especially because
Well,
it not impact other people.
the young people have to be considerate to other
Yeah.
people. When we were young, we always were we were taught to um, be respectful to the elders, to take care of the elders, because you know why? We have to take care of elders because they took care of us. Because
Yeah.
we didn't know that when we were born and we could only wear diapers and we had we pooed all over the place, and we peed all over the place, and nobody could feed us except the
Except,
the
yeah.
the parents and the grandparents who would feed us and take care of us and put clothes on our backs. And that's why we need to take care of them, because they
Yeah.
took
And I
care.
understand you take care of your mom really, really well.
Well, I do, because
I know this side of you. I can see your whole house on her. You really, really take care of her, and you right all the time. She's in the backstage, and then you fly all the work, and you come back immediately. You delay your work just to take care of her. So I've seen this side of you.
because she's a human being, and that's what she did for me when I was young. All I can remember is how much time she spent on me and how much energy she put onto me to make
Were
sure
you
I
were you
education.
difficult to put up with? I don't think so, right?
Huh?
Were you a difficult child? You sound. I
I was
don't
kind
think
of rebellious, yeah, and I used to, like, because I was a Chinese girl in a white school. I was always with white people, and I had difficulties in my school. Um, I didn't feel much racism or prejudice, but I would, there would be times when I would be quite distraught about certain things, and I always thought my mother was always worried about me and cared about me, and we really couldn't afford steak, and I love steak so much, and she would always make sure I could eat it.
so.
um
Right. And you
and
still like
she
to
would
eat
not
steak.
eat, she would not eat to let me eat, and things like that. I mean, we weren't that poor, but we were, we had to be careful because my father was very frugal. And so, when your parents take care of you, the only thing you can do is take good care of them when they are in getting older. And so when you think about that, it's not just you need to worry about. You need to worry about the people in your family and the elderly who need to be taken care of, and they are weaker than you are. Then you start thinking, haha, then it's not just about me. It's about a whole collective. And
Right.
and you need to think,
Excellent. That's
yeah.
great advice. So
And
a lot of people
also
don't see this side of you. A lot
the
of
young,
people only know of one side of you, and this is a totally different side for a lot of fans out there. And
yeah,
I think this is a very spiritual side because you are, talking about this from the humanistic side about understanding the philosophy of karma, right? So this is something very, very different than where people see you just on stage, which I'm going to ask you a little bit about your work later on, right? So, but I think for the fans, and some of them is the first time hearing you speak in English.
this is the first time I ever spoken English, and it's very comfortable for me because I don't express myself well in Chinese because I grew up speaking English in school because my mother was very kind because she didn't want me to have my hair cut in Taiwan when I was really young, and because they cut your hair really short and they make you look like boys, and she wanted me to have a more comfortable education, so she brought us all to Canada, and
Right,
um, and she didn't speak any English. I didn't speak any English, and so
right.
yeah. So I was just 5 years old, or 4.5, and we just had the three of us, and so we were always together, and yeah, we were just a small family taking care of each other.
Wow, excellent. That's very nice. Now, tell me, for budding artists, right? How can they take, especially kids now, right? And how do they take advantage of this period right now to seek for inspiration? Because people want to be like you. They see your career as what they want to be and aspire to be. Of course, today platforms are different, but is there something they could do right now, even if they're locked down?
Yeah, this is the iPad is the only way, or YouTube, or whatever streaming method you got. But
Right.
I think, like with me, it was something I really loved to do when I was young. When I heard my first song, in fact, my aunt used to listen to music all the time, so I would sit by her door in Taiwan when I went back to Taiwan.
Okay.
I would sit by her door and listen to her music, and when she went out dating and having fun, I would run into her room and listen to all her songs. So it was a love for me, and I
Okay.
think I think um, inspiration comes from within all the time, and
Mhm.
so you just do what you feel is interesting, and you
Right.
just put it there and see if it hits anybody else's hearts.
So when you're doing this, you never thought you're going to be a star one day. You
No,
just did it because you love it.
I just want to work in a lounge and make a little bit of money to eat.
Wow.
And I thought I would work in just anything that I could do, which was singing. And I used
Okay.
to sing it in the room, and I would put people's photographs on the floor and pretend they were my audience.
Wow. Okay, that was interesting.
And I would sing and I would pretend I was singing somewhere, but I didn't think of me singing on a stage or anything. My furthest dream was in some kind of small lounge or area.
and,
I would be happy singing anywhere. And so and one thing is important is to be very unique, because you don't want to do what everybody else is doing. So nobody should try to be like me or to try to be like Beyonce or be like William Fong, or you shouldn't try to be like anybody else. You should just try to be like you.
I
And
think they have a problem being themselves because they
and
don't
be
know.
very special and
Right.
understand how special you are and how unique you are, and that you're different from everybody else, because you don't want to be the same as everybody else, because that will just make you, look like a dozen eggs.
Well, how does it feel to fill up the Hong Kong Coliseum so many times in your career? Right, this is like the thing for all artists, their dreams to do that, and you did it so many times. How does it
And
feel to stand on stage when thousands of people are cheering your name?
it wasn't my dream. I was also surprised when I could do that venue the first time. And it's actually very hard to sing four-sided, because you just don't know which side you're on half the
So, do
time.
you like get lost in the orientation or what?
I've gotten lost so many times. Um, and but it's a wonderful feeling, because you are with people who love you, and you know that people come in to see you, and you're like in awe, because you didn't know one day people would pay to come see you. I mean, I can
They
sing
do.
for free time. People actually want to come see you, so you like feel very obligated to put on a good performance and sing well and do well. And it's an amazing feeling, and I'm so
Well,
blessed to do it. But more so, I'm blessed because people come to see me.
I
That's
think,
the
yeah, and the thing is, they don't know how hard you prepare for what you. I've seen how hard you prepare for it, but
you have.
for those out there who don't know, they think you just turn up and sing. So, how long does it take for you to prepare for one concert?
I think any profession is hard. Actually, I think your profession is pretty hard. I
I
think
think yours is harder.
when I see construction workers on the road, I think their profession is so hard. When I go golfing and I see gardeners and I see people sprinkling water and stopping when I come to play, I feel their job is so hard, because I feel so bad when I'm playing golf and they're doing the gardening, and it's something I can't do. So I always admire that job too. So I think any job is hard if you work hard at it. And
Right.
so I guess my job is the same, but
Hmm.
it's my chosen profession. So I would, yeah, work really hard, because
Right.
I don't want to make mistakes, and I don't want to,
Do singers make mistakes at all? They look so perfect on stage, and you look
oh,
perfect when you're doing it.
and sometimes I'll be singing and I'll go to another lyric and I'm like, oh my God, how am I
But nobody knows.
back? And then I try to come back, or I have to stop the song and do it over again. That's only happened once or twice. But
Wow.
yeah,
Mm.
and doing a concert is just not just you, it's a whole group and a team of people who make you look good as well, because you're working with lighting and costumes and stage hands and stage. You didn't know the people that before I come out, how many people are underneath the stage or helping me get onto the stage. Like in La Musical Lamb Show, it was like hundreds
Right.
of people working under the
So
scenes.
behind the scenes, people are doing stuff like below the stage and
Constantly,
behind the scenes.
constantly, and it's so tiring, because like when I get off one side of the stage, I have to run to the other side of the stage after I change to get on, and so somebody has to bring me there. Like through two or three people have to bring me to the other side of the stage.
Wow.
So it's like really a lot of work for everybody. But yeah, but I think you have to work hard, because if you don't work hard, you can't get where you want to go. So a lot of people now think, oh, I don't want to work so hard. I had a friend who said, I'm going to try to study the 4 hour workday.
Your 4 hour workday.
Okay, do that, because I want to see if it works. And of course
You
it
know,
does.
yeah,
Because
that's
in order, 一分工就是一分钱. So
I,
whatever you put in is what you get out. So you can't not work hard. And
I
I
have
wouldn't.
absolutely the same opinion when
I
I saw that the title of that book. I'm saying if your competitors is cooking up 5 hours and you're cooking up four, something must be wrong with you, right?
Oh, that's what You know, I saw you had interviewed Li Zhongwei the other day,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I remember I asked Li Yongbo, what makes Lam Dan better than Bao Chunlai? How come Bao Chunlai doesn't play as well as Lam Dan? He said Lam Dan will train for 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, and Bao Chunlai will train for 7 hours a day, 7 days a
Right,
week. And in that 1 week, Lam Dan will train 7 hours more, and
right.
that's why. And I
Yeah,
thought, so profound.
makes sense. Yeah. But I think it's 4 hour work week. Like it's a lifestyle book. I think it's a lifestyle thing. People like that lifestyle, but in reality, if your competitors and everyone else is working harder than you, they'll have a higher chance of success. It's as
Well,
simple as that.
I think if somebody can become successful working 4 hours a day, then they will have a lot of luck. But
Yeah,
luck does run out
yeah.
eventually if you don't put in the effort. So maybe at 30 he was doing great at 4 hours a day, but when he gets to 50, I don't know, what that achievement will bring to him, what
Yeah.
kind of achievement a 4 hour day.
No, no, that's a big question I always wanted to ask you is what goes on in your mind just before stepping up on stage when everyone is cheering like crazy out there? So what goes on in here? What was that mentality?
Joey, sometimes I think of all the conversations we had at dinner and things like that. You're always asking me things like this. And I always think, I think you might have wanted to be a singer at some point. Is
I
that your
want to I want
part?
to absorb that mentality because I think this is so important because if I my belief is if I can understand how successful people think, then I can also adopt that sort of energy and that thinking, and it will help me too in some ways. So I always ask people like
I
yourselves,
think
people
your
who
DNA
succeeded.
and energy is higher and bigger than anyone I've met. Is just like I don't have your kind of DNA. I don't have your energy. I don't have it at all.
Your energy is great.
I'm actually quite a lazy person. I would say I'm quite a lazy
No,
person. I have
guys, if you're listening to this, she is far from being lazy. Come on,
no,
right?
I'm quite lazy.
She's modest.
Um, before I get on stage, my heart is almost coming out of my mouth. I want to vomit. I throw up, and sometimes if I have 2 minutes or 1 minute, I might run to the bathroom and run back because just
Really?
so yeah. I mean things happen on stage which is you cannot believe, and so I really get really nervous before I get out on stage. I'm so nervous.
But
I
you're
don't
such a experienced performer.
myself
People think,
get through this 2 hours, don't make mistakes, and then get out there and have a great time. Then my last thought is always just wing it. Just go out
really?
there and just make it fun, make it happy. And my thought is always I really want people to walk out of my concert really happy and talking about and thinking about before they sleep. I want them to be thinking about it and in a happy way. So I really want people to be happy.
I
That's
think
my
they
goal.
do. I think they do. Okay,
So
I'm going
and
to talk to the audience.
my audience is really really quiet. Like my audience doesn't get excited to see me. Whenever I come
No,
out,
they do get
come
excited.
out,
Come on,
I
I was
come
there
out
at
like
your concert.
I come out
All
so
right, guys,
excited.
those who are listening
Ah.
right now on this comment section, go ahead and type in I love Sally here in the comment just to show Sally some love. All right, guys, do it right
my
now.
my
We have about
audience is so
1,500
quiet.
people listening live right now.
I come out and the audience is like this.
No, I don't think so. You probably
Yeah,
look
they're
at them
so
one.
quiet, very hosey man audience. Very quiet and thank you, thank
Right.
you. Oh, I love your singling. Great spelling. Singling. That's an interesting word.
Right.
That's cute.
I know, look at that.
Wow,
There's a lot of
1981.
comments. A lot of
Oh
comments
my.
coming in. Look at that. Look at that. This is
Oh,
non-stop.
thank you.
Wow. Wow. You got a lot of fans here.
I think a lot
Too
of
many.
these are
Wow, it's non-stop. Look at that.
I
So many.
recognize their names. They've been with me for years and years and years.
Oh, I love your songs. There's
All my
Cindy.
fans, all my fans have a really good relationship with me.
Wow. It's too many. I think you can read it later. So many comments coming.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, and right now, a lot of people, especially millennials and younger generation, well, the comments are nonstop right now, and they are trying to forge their careers on YouTube, online, or even trying to get a singing contract. And sometimes they have a hard time dealing with criticism, right? Some of them, of course, criticism is normal in any career, but some of them feel that they have people who don't like what they do, how do you deal with these people? What would your advice be for this generation of people? Because sometimes they feel so easily hurt. What, one or two bad comments and that's it. Their whole day, whole week is spoiled. What would
Really?
you advise?
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
yeah.
No.
One
Well,
unlike on their
maybe
Facebook.
maybe that's one drawback about doing things online, because like
Mhm.
when we were young, there was no online, there was no cell phone, and so
Mhm.
you're really only dealing with people directly and personally. And
Right.
so when you do that, it's a lot more intimate and there's a lot more connection. And you see if anybody makes a comment, even if the comment is not so bad, like, oh, you don't look fresh today, that might not sound, that might not be as bad as it sounds. And if somebody says you don't look fresh today, I would go, really? What happened? What do I look like then? And it's not a big deal for me, because I in fact I enjoy people to tell me, because I think when people make bad comments,
Hmm.
they might be telling the truth,
Right.
and then you need to consider what they're saying. In fact, I just had that conversation with my PA today, is
Right.
that if I tell you something that doesn't sound good to you, you have to hear what I'm saying, and see if there's any reality or truth to it, and
Hmm.
consider to look at yourself and see if that's true. But if the comment is malicious, I mean, some are
Right.
very constructive comments, right? Which
Yeah.
might negative, but they
Right.
might be constructive so that you can look at it and take it and see if you can improve on what they're saying, if it's done nicely and
Hmm.
meant for your with good intentions.
Right. I
But
think it
some,
takes I think it takes wisdom to do that, because sometimes where they're young, they any negative comment and it just the entire week is spoiled.
well, when you're young, you don't stay young, you know. So when you're young, you need to grow up, and every day that you that passes, you are growing. So if I'm 13 now and it's April, what's the date today?
April
April
26th.
26th. So tomorrow is April 27th. That will be an extra day in my life. And so tomorrow I should grow a little bit more older and more mature, even if I'm
Right.
30, because you have to grow. And so if you have malicious comments, take them in stride, because you're always going to get them. That's
Right.
life. There's going to be people who love you, and there's going to be people who don't love you so much, or they're indifferent, or they don't care, or it doesn't matter to them. There's going to be people like that. And then you
Right.
just have to ignore it. You have to not let them have power over you, and take power over you, and let them, if you have like 10 good comments and 3 bad, are you going to just concentrate on the 3 bad and not consider the 10 good,
Yeah.
or the 10 nice comments, which and those 3 bad, maybe 1 is accurate, but then you have to see, is there any truth in what they're saying? Should I grow up, should I improve, or should I just say, oh, it's unfortunate you think that way, and I'm sorry, but I respect what you think, and life goes on, and
I
don't
think
feel, because you should know yourself, and if you know yourself and you love yourself, then you don't need a lot of people to verify that to you all the time. And I think I actually feel sorry for some people who are really malicious and who mean harm, just
mm,
by just by dumping their misery on other people. Like if they
right.
feel bad that day, or they're unhappy that day, and they see you looking really super happy and trying to do something, and they say,
But you have
"Why?"
always been happy. You're always positive.
Sound like
All the
shit.
times I know.
Well, maybe they're unhappy themselves. You have to feel sorry for them. I mean, they might be coming from a very unhappy place, and so
Yeah.
I just feel that life is full of pressure. Life
Right.
is full of happy moments. It's like salt and pepper, black and
Right.
white, sun and rain, clouds and clear sky. It's always going to be one or the other. And
Right.
so you just have to look at the area where you're going to be very comfortable. And I think that's,
It's
if
excellent.
you're going to succumb to the haters or succumb to those malicious comments, then you're giving them power over you. And I think that's not necessary.
Very good. Thank you for that. And is this the philosophy behind your Think Act Positive? Because this is a thing that you are currently promoting. Tell us about it.
Can you
Think
see?
Act Positive.
Yeah, this
Think
is
Act.
my tiny little movement.
All
Um,
right.
yeah, because a lot of people say think positive, but they and that's easy to do. Think positive. Maybe it's not for some people, but
And for
to
some, it's
act
difficult.
thinking is not really thinking is a good start. Thinking is a good start to plant that seed, because you see the tree has roots. So the root is thinking, but the action is the growing, is the acting positive. You need to
Mhm.
act positive. You can't just think positive. That's why
Right.
there's an angelic, what is this thing? Angelic pair of gloves
Angelic.
is a
Wow.
pair of gloves with angel wings, see? And
All right.
so you have to act positive too, and you have to put it into action. I always say, put things into action. Don't just think positive, because that's easy to do. Oh, I'm thinking positive. I think I'm going to do something nice today, but then you don't go and do something nice,
Yeah.
right?
They
You
think
have to,
about it, but don't act on it. Nothing happens.
yeah, if you don't act on it, then what good is that? So you
So,
have to think and act positive, and it does. It's not just on the surface. It's going deep inside of you to
right.
really. Oh, beautiful way of thinking. Thank you, Helen.
You got a lot of great comments right here, and this is
So
non-stop. I don't even know which one to pick. It's
so I
like
think
so
it's
many of
important
this.
to think and act positive with roots, with wisdom, with deep critical thinking.
I think this was great. Is it? Can you advise what your secrets is remaining youthful and beauty you are now? What more about that? Think, act positive.
Okay. Oh, okay. Um, Thank you. Because the other day I had a hater. I was talking to my friend yesterday on the phone, young fan, and he said, "Oh, Sally, I just got a thing coming in, and it's asking me to look at Ipsiman on YouTube, and it says I did a talk the other day last week with my fans, and they said, oh, Ipsiman has not shown up for some time. Oh, her face looks terrible now." And I was thinking, oh, but it didn't bother me. So, I mean, at least I haven't done anything to my face, no Botox, nothing, and so I'm just trying to age gracefully.
Very, very good.
And if you
And,
don't
and
like, it's not a problem for me, you know. But if it's a problem for you, I feel bad for you. So, so thank you for saying I look youthful, and thank you for feeling that way. Um, I don't know. I sleep. I try to sleep well. I don't really eat well because I love McDonald's French fries, and I love uh, really bad food sometimes. But I think I'm trying to go vegetarian. But I think the in my path, or my life path, is just taking me that way. But I still like meat. But I think I eat much less meat than before. I drink a lot of water every morning. I wake up with a big tub of water, much bigger than this thing, and I just I try to be healthy in my life and my lifestyle. And
right.
so actually that's what I say. I stay home a lot. And
Yeah.
I always try to do a lot of quiet contemplation. And I'm actually doing everything that I advise everybody else to do, and I'm sharing with you, because this is how
Right.
I felt that I came to a place in my life where I feel very balanced. And the think act positive is something I want to share with everybody, because
Right.
like this, everybody in times seems to be very tortured by certain ways of thinking, and you have to realize that your way of thinking is the way you control yourself. So um I was just telling my PA this morning, and that, if you don't feel a certain way, then if you don't feel that negative certain way, then it won't be negative, because
Yeah.
you are in control of what you
I
think. You
think
make up
I
your
think
own.
it's so important to keep the internal world positive, and then the external world will look good, right?
Yeah,
If the
it's
internal
actually
world is terrible, they're gonna have
it's
they
actually
will not gonna
very
look good
easy,
anyway.
but it might not sound easy.
Yeah.
And I think you can't think, or you can't imagine that life is not just going to be one easy pie. I mean,
Yeah.
we can all think about how blessed we are, and we can all think about there's going to be challenges in life, because that's what life is about.
Right.
Challenges. And why are there challenges in life? Because you need to learn lessons.
Well,
On
this
your
is a very interesting topic, Sally, which brings me to this whole pandemic that's happening around the world. And I know that you are actually a very deeply spiritual person, as everyone knows now because they see this side of you. Do you think there's a deeper spiritual meaning in all this unprecedented pandemic that's happening around the world?
I absolutely do. Actually feel that we have been hurting our planet, obviously,
Hmm.
because, um, like, whatever we use on this planet, all the millions of things that we use, even like this hoarding of toilet paper, which is so funny. I think that's so
It's so
funny.
funny.
I mean, and somebody had told me, they said they really did run out of toilet paper. And I was
They
calling
did. They did.
my friend in Canada, who's my next door neighbor, and I said, you know, if you need any alcohol or anything, just go to my house and get it, because she's my next door and she's looking after my house. And she goes, I didn't take alcohol, but I did go and take a roll of toilet paper because we really ran out of toilet paper. I said, take the whole batch, it's okay. And
Right.
because even toilet paper is going to go into the dumps, and this is all going to affect our planet and
Yeah.
whatever CO2 emissions. And so now that the planes don't travel, cars don't drive, the planet is becoming more healthy. It's taking a breather.
It's
And I
healing
think,
itself, huh?
huh?
It's healing. The whole world is healing itself while everyone
Yeah.
stays home.
The little creature are not afraid to come out. All the creatures are coming out and going onto the streets because they have freedom to roam.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
and I think we as humans have always looked for external things to make us happy. And you realize that, I mean, for me, I have to admit, I didn't realize, like, when I was young, I loved to buy things, buy things, buy things. And now when I'm like 58 or 50, I can't remember how old I am right now. And
You do not look. You do not
and
look like you're in your
and I
50s. Come on.
realized I am a hoarder. I was watching those shows, Hoarders, and I realized I'm a hoarder. I have things all over my house I don't use. And I don't even want to give them to people, because then they'll put it in their house and not use it too. And so I always tell them, I said, don't buy anything more. Don't get any more golf balls, because it takes 100 to 1,000 years to dissolve. What do you call
Right.
that? For the golf balls to be. I can't remember the word. There was a word for them to dissolve into the
Yeah.
earth.
Right.
And we're going to be long dead. I mean, this T-shirt's going to be around. This hat's going to be around when I've gone to heaven. And who's going to take it? Like,
Someone just commented on the hat that you're wearing.
yeah. And so all these things that I have,
Yeah.
I just stop buying anything and not
Right.
contribute.
And I think
I,
that is something that people don't see, that the world is probably trying to heal itself right now, and it's
yeah,
succeeding.
this virus has come out from all the detriment, and this virus, which we should not be afraid, and we should not call it a beast, and we should not
Right.
criticize it. We should
Right.
respect it. We have to respect this virus, because
Right.
it's trying to tell us something, trying to show us that we should contemplate and deeply think about our life purpose and path. And I think
That's
this
great.
is really important for everybody. And I don't want to push this on you, because it's ultimately free will. It's your decision in the end. But I really want to share my own experience coming through life, having had a really extensive life and seen so many things, so many people, so many things in my life. I've experienced things that I would never experience if I was not in this industry and in this field.
And here's Jesse is saying, if you're not a singer, you'll be a great psychologist.
Thank you. Actually, I wanted to be a psychologist. I had, if I was not a singer, I would have had two other um, vocations that I would have wanted to. One is a
What
lawyer
would that
and
be?
a psychologist.
I
Thank
think you
you.
make
That
good
you love
psychologist.
my philosophy. I think it would.
Wow, you got a lot of I think fans who didn't know this side of you. That's why I think this your new movement, Think Act Positive. More people should know about it.
That's
You
why
know,
I want to talk so much. Before, I didn't want to talk so much, but now I really want to talk. I don't say I want to talk. I want to share. And if I can affect one person or two people out of, I don't know how many people are on this chat right now, but if I can just
about 1,432 as of
if I
right now.
can just affect one or two, I'll just be so blessed and happy, that in a good way, because I think it's important to share for the greater good, and not just, it's not just about ourselves. It's about this
Excellent
collective.
advice.
And I think this virus has really shown us, because a lot of times I have seen writing and articles about we are all as one and we are connected as one. And I never understood that. But now I do, because I really understand that we are so connected. Everything that everyone does, all our thoughts go into an energy, and it goes up into the atmosphere, and it's collected amount of energy, negative or positive,
Right.
and affects the universe to bring whatever
Absolutely.
it brings to us.
And what you're doing right now is inspiring a lot of people. See, Belinda thinks you're so inspiring.
Oh, she's my fan. I know her.
Right.
She used to be my fan club. She's part of the fan club committee in Singapore.
Right. Wow. You have so many fans out here.
So I really think it's really important for us to.
Is this your fan as well?
Huh?
This really makes an excellent spiritual leader who can influence many people.
Oh, I'm working on it. I want to be a motivator. This would be my new dream, because a lot of people, when I was young, I dreamed to be a singer and to be in my industry, entertainment field, and I realized that helped me to understand about life a lot more, because I got to see so much in life, and I didn't realize that my lyrics were so. The lyrics that I received, because I never knew what they were talking about half the time, because my Chinese is so bad. But now that I'm old, I realize my lyrics are all very encouraging and supportive.
Right. Yeah, they are.
Gay, like I use that all the time now. I can't believe I sang a song called Gay, and now I'm trying to
You're doing really well.
Gay. And this Siu Sa Zao Wei, I mean, when I go to heaven, I would really love to look back on my life and know that I really Siu Sa Zao Zhua Wei, you know, and I want to do for everybody. I mean, I can't believe how
I think it's meant to be in some ways. In some
define
ways,
my life, you know? I can't believe it. And I'm not trying to promote myself here, you know, and promote myself.
yeah, I think this is meant to be, because in some ways you're guided by a divine hand or divine intelligence to do this.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
But it took a long time to wake up. It took me a long time to get
Why
in
would you
touch,
say that?
because I think I needed to learn a lot. I think I needed to go through things. I think I was put into certain situations where I needed to learn. They were not easy, difficult, and I needed to learn. I needed to slowly learn about people, about life, and about what it takes to get to where I am now. And if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't be able to have the depth that I feel now, and that I can express it. Because before I wouldn't even try to express it, but now I can't shut myself up, you know.
well,
And
there's someone
so
suggesting that you can have a song on Think Positive.
I wish my Chinese was better.
Right? No, you can do it in English. You see, someone is this. This is a friend of mine saying you can have a song called "Think Act Positive." Your amazing voice will spread your belief.
This KK Wong is so cute. He's like doing this meditative thing, but in the clothes on, with no clothes on, and he's got some fur on his chest.
This is 6 packs, I think. But
hey, this is great, KK Wong. I love that.
wow.
Yeah, I actually, you know, recently Lam wrote the song for me. Actually, he wrote a song for me years ago called Invisible. And I sang it in Chinese, and I thought the lyrics are a little corny then. And now that he said to me the other day, he goes, look at the words. And he brought them out, and they were handwritten, like, you know, the Beatles did back in those days. And he said, look at these words, and they're just amazing. They're exactly for now. So we're trying to figure out, should we sing it or what should we do? Because we don't have the music, so we have to make it.
I think you should definitely sing it.
Yeah, but it's in English, you know. But you know, 我哋中国人呢，我们是中国人. We really do have to talk more in Chinese, and I never felt that way before either. I think any language is fine. But I'm very proud to be Chinese, and I'm very proud to be and I actually had this feeling even when I was going to school with white people, and I have no discrimination against white people. All my best friends are Caucasians in Canada, and they've always been nice to me. And
see, your fans are saying your English is great. You should sing more in English.
But I always thought when I was young that even when I was in Canada, and I do have a Canadian passport, I still feel I'm very Chinese. 我係中國心嚟嘅, you know, and so I do want to speak English because I can, but I also would like to be able to have a better command of Chinese so I can communicate.
Oh, here's a suggestion from Serene Liu, singing both Chinese and English.
Now, we don't have the Chinese lyrics for that. Maybe I gotta get somebody to write it well. I wish I could.
That's so good. Wow, look, your fans are constantly connecting right now. Look at the chats; it's nonstop.
Yeah, my fans are good. I've always, and they grew old with me. Like I was just talking to one of them this morning, and asked her. I said, "How old are you when you liked me?" And she was only 9, and now she's 38 or something, 36 or something.
Right. Do you think that, as an individual right now, we could actually seek, deeper meaning in helping each other out right now? Because right now everyone's just looking out for themselves, right? What can they do for each other?
They can consider each other. They can have love and compassion for each other. They can have kindness for each other. We can
Right.
give more kindness, and that doesn't mean you have to give people money or something. It just means you have to be kind.
Compassion is the key,
Always
right?
always be kind in the heart. Come from a place of kindness. Have
Mhm.
intent. Act from a place of kindness. Act with kindness. Act in kindness. If somebody bumps you, don't go. If somebody bumps, I'm sorry, sorry, sorry. Or like, okay, you were asking me earlier in a workplace if you have
Right.
you have annoying colleagues, or you have a difficult boss, or act from a place of kindness to know where they're coming from, and know why they're being, because I think all people have a reason for being mean.
Mhm.
I don't think people are mean from the roots. I think
Maybe
people,
they're hurt, right?
all
Maybe they're
kids,
hurt somewhere.
all kids when they're born, all babies are born goo goo gaga. There no baby is born, with the teeth and claws bearing. They all need help, and they all, come from a place of divine pureness. I can say
Right.
divine pureness, and it's circumstances and situations and experiences in life that cause the abrasive uh, behavior, and
Mhm.
and and it must be that they have been hurt in in order to hurt other people without knowing, maybe some,
Yeah.
and maybe some they know, but I never feel it's always intentional. So to come from a place of kindness, and I always tell people, if you are kind to somebody, I can't believe people can be mean to you.
That's
and
true. That's very
and,
true.
and if they are, because I've been asked, if somebody's mean to me, should I be kind to them? And I said, why not?
Why not, right? Yeah, return in kindness,
Not.
and I think that
Why
ends the
not?
negative. Yeah, that's a very
Unless
wise
unless
action.
unless
And
they're
I
being
think it takes a lot of from an experienced and wise person to be able to do that, and a lot of self control, because many people can't do that, and that's why a lot of problems become worse as a result.
so if somebody bonks you on the head, you want to bonk them back, and then you end up bonk bonk bonk, and you end up saying bonk. There's no resolution to that. But if somebody's being mean to you and you're kind back, unless they're being mean all the time, then you have to sit down and talk to them. Okay, can I ask you why you're being so mean? Like, do you need to
Right.
be like? Is there a reason? Can you consider not to be mean? And I remember this parking guy. He used to park my car, and this guy was just the meanest thing. He was
Mm,
just so. I would say I am Moisi, and he would go, "你唔可以泊喺度." And the next time I go, I said, 你可唔可以幫我泊架車？你唔可以咁樣。And after like 5 times or 10 times, I don't know, he's just so mean, and I just got really angry, and I said, "You know that you're always so mean. Do you know that every time you scream at me, that I don't know why I'm just parking my car? Is there a reason you need to be so mean?"
right.
And after
What
I
do
said that,
you
I also felt very bad, but I
do?
didn't know anymore. And then, so the next time I saw him, he was so nice. He became a very nice man. And then every
Right.
time I saw him subsequently, he was nice to everybody.
Well, you just changed it with one question, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. So I was really young then. I was only like in my teens in Zimsajoy at that time, you know.
Right. I think for many fans of yours that are from joining us today, this is the first time they're hearing you in English, and this is the first time they're hearing the philosophical side of Sally Ye, which I think it's a very interesting side. And if they want to know more, they can join your Think Act Positive. How do they find it? Where should they go? Is there a page you have right now, or they can just
They
search for
go
it online?
to tap on Facebook,
Right.
T A
TAP.
or is it Act Positive? I don't know. Think Act Positive or tap, but
Positive
positive is
and
not spelled the way you wrote there. It's got no I. It's
oh,
positive.
okay. All right. Okay.
Just
So
just to be creative.
nice.
Um, and now everybody, why is there and there an I? I said I didn't have an answer, but now I do. I took away the I because I don't want it just to be about me.
Oh, I see. Okay, there's a meaning behind it. Nice, nice.
Now there
Now,
now there is.
now there is. Well, do you want to take some questions from the fans? There's so many
Sure.
questions. Right. Oh, someone just posted your link for you. It's right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Forrest, he's my fan from
All
Malaysia.
right.
Hi, Besta. I love his name. Don't you love his name, Forrest? I mean,
For those of you who would like to join Sally's
oh, thank you,
Think
Forrest. You put
Academy,
Facebook on the Think Act Positive.
right.
Hey,
So go ahead and
awesome.
join the movement. And for those of you who would like to ask Sally a couple of questions here, we can post a few here for Sally. Right. Those who have questions, I'm sure that, oh, look at that, so many. Right. Well, I don't know. Someone's asking about concerts, but I don't know if you want to answer them. She's got to prepare a long
I
time.
prefer a more meaningful question.
Yes.
I mean,
Well,
something there that will
I
be
think they're
useful.
asking you about online concerts because nowadays everyone's trying to sing online and stuff like that. I think it's it's not easy to do one, isn't it? To actually organize something online. Now, this one, being kind is a choice, and I'll choose to do that. Thank you, Sally.
Well, if right now with social distancing, because you can't just do an online concert. You need a lot of people to. Being kind is a choice, and I will choose that. Good, Evelyn. Good for you. Yes, being kind is definitely a choice. Whatever you do is a choice,
Right.
and you have the free will to do that. Being kind will make you feel good. I can assure you that. And if you have the choice of feeling good and feeling bad, why not feel good? I always want to feel good.
Right.
So it's just
Sally, such.
also a choice whether you feel good or not.
Right.
What were we saying? Online concerts. Well, it's also not a one person. It's a real team
It's a
thing.
whole
You know,
team,
we're so
right?
lucky because, when we go on stage, we're the only ones that get credit. Like you, sometimes in Hong Kong, the band is like hidden down on the bottom, and you can't see 15 people down there playing away on the guitar and trying to see in really dark lighting and they don't really get any credit except when you introduce them. This is our band, and then
Mhm.
the dancers are just so tortured. I mean, they just dance all long, and they dance 8 to 9 hours a day, or sometimes 15 hours for rehearsals when we get to the almost before show. So it's a real team effort. But of course, you can just do a one-man show. I can sing right here with no music or just some MMO, but you know we don't have that as a plan. I did the other day, last week I sang when I did my chat
Wow.
because I
Okay.
did a 2 hour chat, so I sang two songs, which is two really nice songs. One was called Ji Yan Yao Moi, one was Lang Tin, which was really suitable for this situation and for my time in my life now, because I can't believe I sang those songs 25 to 30 years ago
Right.
when I had not had that experience in my life yet. And so now, having had all that experience in my life, you can't believe how much I appreciate the lyrics of these songs.
I think in some ways like a circle, right? You sang those songs, and then they actually have a meaning, that you are going through and you experience it. So they must be guided by some divine
Yeah,
intelligence
it
moving
will
towards
have
this
meaning.
direction.
30 years later, it will have such divine and strong depth of meaning that when I sing it, I want to cry, even though I really don't know
Would
exactly
you
what
sing
it.
the same songs differently now that you have the experience and you went through, what you have gone
Yeah,
through?
all my songs, unfortunately, not wanting to disappoint anybody, but I used to sing them I would just open my mouth and sing them. But and my emotion came from the music because I couldn't understand the lyrics. But now, even I understand only 70% of the lyrics. They affect me so much that each word now I like chew on and bite on before it gets out of my mouth, and it comes from my
Right.
heart now. So
Right.
it's
So
very.
it will be different now that you even sing the same song. It'll be quite different. If you sing Chok Folk right now, it'll be a different meaning expressed, right?
Yeah, I used to hate singing Jokbok because it was so boring. It was just like, for me, it was like
Really?
a
You didn't like that song?
there was no high, no low. But when Paco forced me to sing this song, thank God he did, which I'm really grateful to him. He was explaining to me about the
Right.
song, because that song was written during the time 1997 when everybody was trying to get out of Hong Kong because they were afraid,
Hmm.
and so many people were immigrating, and kids were graduating, and people were leaving their home, and it was such a touching time to sing that song. And so he explained how important the lyrics were to me, and
Right.
but I still didn't understand them, and
Okay.
so I would sing it just coming out of my mouth. But now I really sing it from my heart, because what this song has done for my life and for probably some other people's lives,
Hmm.
it difference. And so this is what my life has come to now, is making a difference in other people's lives is more important to me than anything.
Right. And this is a question from Nancy. She's from our team. One day when you're sad and blue, do you just sing to make yourself feel better?
No.
No. Okay. How do you make yourself feel better then?
I think of good things. I think about how blessed I am. I think
A nice
about,
glass of wine, perhaps?
huh?
Nice glass of wine, perhaps?
No, I'm not like you, eating crabs and things. I don't know. I thought you said, do you eat crabs like that?
Crab's
No,
great.
I just think about, I just go quiet and I just think about how blessed I am. And I think about how there's nothing I could ask for that I
Gratitude.
already
Gratitude.
received and gotten. And I can make my day better just by thinking myself better
Right.
and not being sad and blue,
Wow.
because there's so much to be happy about or positive about.
So you basically search for a sense of gratitude, and that's I think that a lot of people can't do that. They can't find things to appreciate in life.
I think gratitude is so important. Appreciation. I can I do? Is there still time to talk? Do we?
Yeah,
Still,
of course, because
so I hope I'm not boring people. But
no, definitely not. You guys, people love you here.
there's a time when um, I was talking to somebody about appreciation, and then I was saying, for me, it's important to, of course, when you give things to people, and I'm not talking about gifts, material gifts. I'm talking about when you extend your heart or your time or your energy to people, or you give them something which is valuable but not materially,
Right.
and
Right.
you would like to have some appreciation back, because
Yes.
when you give things to people, you shouldn't expect something back. You don't
Mm.
give somebody and expect, oh, what are you going to give me back? You don't think that way, right? but
Right.
but I do like a little bit of appreciation. But I was thinking, why? Because how do I explain to that person, that sounds selfish if you expect somebody to appreciate what you've done for them, because you shouldn't expect anything. You should give and let go, right?
Right. Right.
But I was thinking, why? And so I came up with the answer, and which is, for me, it's important to help and to share and to um, uh, associate with people who understand appreciation and
Hmm.
can appreciate
So
anything.
you choose the people wisely, right? You choose the
Huh?
type of people you want to
No,
associate
I
with.
don't. I don't choose. I don't go out and choose people. But when I
Mhm.
see appreciative people, when I see people who appreciate, and even if it's not something I gave them, if I see people appreciating somebody else, I
Right.
already am all over that person. I'm already like, oh, that's such a good person. Why? Because if I do something for somebody and they appreciate it, then that person will have it will be a better chance for that person to go and appreciate somebody else, do
Yes.
something for somebody else,
Start
because
the positive.
they will
Positive.
understand.
Right.
If they know how to appreciate, then they will understand to give also, and
Excellent.
they would pay things forward, and they would do things for other people. And I think
Right.
that's so
You know what I
important to
think?
have that,
Right,
to
right now,
have that
a lot of people
effect.
will be inspired by you. A lot of people will be inspired by you. You have done something really, really good for everyone here.
I hope so, because I don't want to be here if I didn't. But I just hope so. Even if it's even if it takes years for them to understand this, it doesn't matter. But I hope so,
You
because
planted a positive seed.
I don't want to just think people to think you want you to appreciate me. No, I don't want
Yeah.
that. I want you to appreciate, because if you do, you will do this for other people. You will do things
Right.
for other people, that you won't
Nice.
feel that, oh, I don't want to do this for you because I don't know what I get out of it. And I just can't stand people who, I have had people come up, I mean, actually say to me, well, what do I get out of it? And I'm like,
I don't like these
what?
people.
You know, some people, I have a friend whom you know, that will say to somebody else, like when I say, oh, this person did something so great to you, you should really appreciate it, and you should, and he goes, well, what do I get out of it? I don't get anything out of it. And I'm just like, I want to tear his hair out, because I feel that, well, why would you think of what you can get out of it?
Yeah.
That person's already done something for you. You need to appreciate this back. And the fact that he didn't appreciate that person back, I felt, well, he's not going to pass it on to other people. He's just going to take what he gets and keep it all to himself. He's not going to share with other people. He's not going to share that wisdom or share that goodness with other people. And that's not good.
That's not good. I totally agree.
I don't
Right.
like that.
Vicky is asking, what do you aspire to achieve ultimately from Think Act Positive?
I think what I just said, because what I want to achieve from Think Act Positive is that people can awaken, because I feel this is what we need to do in life, in your life at some point. Because if you realize you don't know when you're born, you don't know when you go to heaven, all you got is the time in between, which is not long. It goes fast, the blink of an eye. Because I thought I was just 20 years old yesterday, and now I'm 50. Can't remember if I'm 60 or 59. In between goes so fast. So many things happen that if you don't make it worthwhile and give something, whatever you can give, smallest things, then is it worthwhile? You decide. You decide. If I did something to make everybody happy, then I would be so happy too.
Sally, I think you should really try and do a talk, because I think you definitely have enough materials and
I'm doing
knowledge.
a talk right now.
No, like a real one.
I'm doing a talk right now.
This is an interview, Sally. I think
I know, but for me, the interview it brings it out in me, because
I don't know.
for me, I really
This
I
stuff,
don't like.
this, what you're sharing right now is really, really great for a lot of people, because I think they need that, especially in gloomy times like this. Because people are like, a lot of people are quite lost right now. It's like, sometimes some of their businesses are affected. Some people lost their jobs. They don't know what will happen. So, being able to stay positive, not just think positive, stay positive, act positive. This is something that I think will really, really make a shift towards helping people.
A lot of people says, well, what should I do? What should I do? But you know what? We are so connected. We are so connected in a way that we all have 2 eyes, 1 nose, 1 mouth, 2 ears. We're all the same. We all have the same hair. We all have the same eyebrows. We all have the same ability. But you're looking to me. And
not everyone can sing like you, Sally. Not
I have
everyone
a
can
brain.
sing
I
like
have
you.
a mouth just like you. I have a throat. I have a mouth. I have a brain. I have a heart just like you. Everybody has the same. I mean, it's not as if I'm a celebrity, so I got an extra mouth or I got an extra heart. I don't have 2 beating hearts. I have 1 beating heart, just like everybody else. So everybody has the same. So what are you going to do with it? You can be creative. You can be artistic. You can think out of your mind or out of your heart to do something that nobody else has done. Or you do something that everybody else has done, or do something that makes you happy, but that can make other people happy too.
Right. I think that's so important.
That can benefit the greater good of everybody. And if you can't do that, it's okay. You don't have to do it now. You can do it 10 years later. You can do it when the time comes for you. But at least get that brain and mind and heart thinking. At least do something, get going. Like for me, just to go out in the woods and hike, or staying at home. I do watch TV. I don't like watching the news so much anymore, but I do like watching. I tell you what I've been watching. I've been watching anything spiritual. I really have awoken to the spiritual path, and
what you're sharing, it helps people enlighten. They get enlightened as a result of listening to this, because most people right now, they really need some inspiration, and you're giving it to them, which is good. And I think you should do more of this. Not just for yourselves.
I just don't know how to get started. I don't know how to get. I'm just like everybody else who doesn't know what to do. I just don't know how to get started, and I'm thinking, and I'm trying to be creative, and I'm trying to put my foot one ahead of the other, and a lot of things you don't want to rush, and you don't want to force. You don't want to speed up, because that's just not the time. And so you have to take one step at a time. I've been learning about spiritualism since 2017, and I could easily go wacko on this. You can easily go over the deep end, have your cheese slide off your cracker. You can easily you have to take it as it comes, take it slow.
But I think this comes with wisdom, because not everyone can study spiritualism and then make sense of it, because some will just read it on a surface level, and then they get airy fairy, right? And have you seen people like
that just means it's not time, but at least there's a seed. You always plant the seed, right? You always just have a seed. seed takes time to grow. Some seeds grow faster than other people, and it will happen if it needs to happen. Like I even am scared to tell people about it, let alone telling 1,000 people about it. I'm afraid to talk to my friends about it because, I
I
had one friend that, Sally, don't you think if you go to a dinner party and try to tell people about spiritualism, you'll be very annoying? And I said,
well, I
um,
think this friend needs help.
I know. I said, I know, but uh, just hear me out. But if you don't like it, I
Yeah.
won't talk about it because I won't force you. And I just, so I just take little bites, little tiny nibbles. And if the nibble comes
I
up,
think you're
it's
doing the right thing. How many of you guys here would like Sally to talk more about spiritualism? Type a me at the comment section right now. Go ahead and type a me at the comment section. Give Sally some encouragement here. I think all of us should hear more from Sally. Look at
well, we
that.
should all be encouraged. We should all be encouraged. Um, but
Look at
the
that.
thing
Look
is,
at how many.
I'm
Look at
still,
this.
I'm
You have
still
all
learning.
you have all the support coming in. All
I'm
right.
still learning
I think
too. I'm no expert, so
we
I'm
should
just
have another session just on spirituality from Sally's perspective. What say you guys?
okay.
Type a me here if
I'm
you
better
agree.
with the interview because sometimes I don't know if people want to hear what I want to talk about. So I'd
Check this
rather
out. Look at the comments. That's your answer. Look at that. This is like
I
the
can't
whole
see the
world.
comments. I
Oh,
can't
you
see
know, it's on the.
no.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. It's coming in. No, this is all the me. Like this is the me times
You
100
you
from Joanne.
you good thing you didn't say me too.
Look at that. It's coming. Look at that. You can
Oh,
check
that
this out. So many. It's
help me.
non-stop.
Who's this panther? Help me.
Oh, Belinda.
Dato. Oh my gosh, call me a dato.
Spiritual awakening is happening everywhere. You're not alone.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's right. Isn't that great? See, there's
Right.
people. It is. I think it's a huge movement right now. And this is what this Corona is telling us. I mean, Corona is crowned, right? And they want us to hear, and listen, and
Look at
to
that. Look at that. Wow. More
spread.
spiritual from Sally. Yes. You see, Derek says we need. All right.
Oh, that's sweet. That's
Too
sweet.
many. So many. I think you can check that. Support you 100% from Lucky Boo.
Lucky you. I'm not an expert, but I just know what I know from what I
Someone's
know.
asking you to write a book about it. Check this out. See, I think
Thank
people
you.
want to hear it because I think
Always
this
been
it helps so many. They want to do it once. Here's that. Oh, J
two
time.
once a week.
The one. I think you're gonna be busy after this.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
think it's worth exploring anyway. I mean, and
Yeah.
it's not it's not it's not confining. I'm not forcing you. Everybody has free will. It's not a forcing thing. You see how you feel. If it rubs you the right way, it rubs
Right.
you the right way.
See, they like your wisdom. They like your wisdom in this.
Thank you.
Wow. Well, maybe you can think about it, and maybe one day when you're ready, we can do another session just on Sally's, view on spiritualism, because everyone
Sure,
wants it. All right.
sure.
Wow. I
Yeah.
hope you enjoyed this
A
session
very
here today,
encouraging
Sally.
audience. You got an
Yeah.
encouraging bunch there.
Do you have like we kept about 1,004, 1,005 until now, so this is great, and it's on YouTube and Facebook, and more will see this. Still coming in. This is like nonstop.
Ah, hello, Elaine.
All
Wow,
right.
nice photo.
And
Love your
this is
hair.
from Aaron. Different Sally comparing other celebrity. Oh yeah, I want to ask you this. How does it feel to be famous in Hong Kong or everywhere? You can't even go out, right?
No, I can go anywhere. Nobody recognizes me at all.
That's because
Except
you
for
put
the
in all
guy
this
that
stuff.
walked past my house that day when I had no makeup. But I go on the hike and there's millions of people on the hike walking past me and nobody sees me. No, well, I've got a lot of hat on and everything, but um, I think I'm very blessed and lucky because I was going across the street with Laudawa one time, and just him crossing the street, he had people running after him. But I never get that. I don't have that problem.
I
I,
think
I, I
that's because you dressed up like I mean, no, even I can't recognize you when you dressed up with all these
yeah,
things
but
on.
that day I had a mask on, no eyebrows, no makeup, my hair was all messed up. They recognize me. But usually, in fact, nobody does. But Lamb, he's like his look and his hair, everybody recognizes him. But I don't get recognized that much. And I think
Well, I
that's
think-
for me that's very happy because I don't want anybody to like me because I'm a celebrity. I would like to use my merit to be liked or disliked by other people.
Carol is saying everyone's just shy to talk. That's it. No, I think they recognize you.
No, they don't even look at me. And I think that's good for my privacy. It keeps me
Keeps you
humble
saying.
and I have so much freedom. And the most important thing is when they do recognize me, they're
Right.
very they just talk to me and chat to me. And it's very good when I go to the market. I always get like free onions or you
Free
know
onions.
a, a
You know,
few.
I think for our next session, if there's a next session, I want to talk to you about how you deal with celebrity life.
Oh, I get like a few eggs or something. They always give me some stuff, and it's really, really nice. Yeah. Yeah, I can talk about anything.
Wow. Well, thank you for your time, Sally. This is thank you so much for joining us today. I hope that all you guys enjoyed yourself here, right?
Thank
If
you
you
for
do, all
calling
right.
me, asking me to come thing.
Thank you, Sally. Thank you so much. And I hope to be able to do this again.
Yeah,
The next topic will be on spirituality, right?
good.
Because I think
Yeah,
that's what everybody wants to hear about from Sally. So when we
I would
organize
love
another time, I'll make
to
when
get
you're ready.
myself educated more. I'll educate myself more.
No, I think they love to hear this side because they've. I think you've never done an interview for the spiritual side, the philosophy side, right?
No, I have been afraid to talk about it because
Not on
you
this platform. This
pe-
platform, right?
people say my
People
you're
here.
wacko.
No. People on
Want to
this
scare
platform that
people
are
off.
doing now,
Yeah, on
right?
your side, okay. If you think it's safe and happy to
Yes,
do it,
yes.
but if people accept it, but when you try to talk to somebody about it, everybody just goes, "Huh?
No,
Is
not
this
on this
some kind
platform.
of religious soliciting or something?" And I said, no, it's not like that. Then you already get blocked off, and you don't,
Yeah,
But
not this platform. This platform, people are into self-improvement. They want to become better. They're searching for enlightenment. They're searching for meaning in life, which is the
yeah,
right place
I
for
can
you
just
to
tell you
talk.
one thing is that, and now it's like 4:04, 4 o'clock. I'm 4:04.
Uh-huh.
And I
It
tell
is.
you, every single day is a day for learning. I learn something new every single day. And there's room for improvement no matter how old you are. I think even if I can live to 80 something, I will learn really until I go to heaven. My soul will keep learning. And one thing I wanted to tell you about spiritualism is
Yes, tell us.
it's a very interesting thing where I learned that in spirituality, you have a soul. We are all born with a soul, and we are encased with a body. And all this, everybody has different bodies. Everybody's unique. Everybody's different. Everybody's different DNA. But we are on the same in the way that we have a heart and we have
Hmm.
a mind, and we, like I said before. But we are actually all spiritual beings. People think that we're humans having a spiritual experience, but we're
Right.
actually all spiritual beings having a human experience.
Excellent.
I
I like
find
that.
that so profound and so
Very
interesting.
profound. Right.
And
Eileen, you're saying you're so spiritual and compassionate, full of wisdom. You're a very special person. I think
and
so too.
I think we have been gifted with this earth and this planet to be good to each other and to love each other and to be kind and compassionate to each other. And I think we should not just treat other human beings that way, but we should treat the planet that way. We should
Yes.
treat the earth and the creatures. That's why I would not ever kill an ant or a mosquito. I try to tell them to go away now because they bite me, and I have been bitten like crazy. They love to bite me, and and then but I still eat. I'm born in the year of the cow, and I'm still eating cows, which is
Right.
terrible. I
I
just
think
feel
I think at some point, there's stages for spiritual growth, and this is
yeah,
very
and I have
interesting
to.
to hear it from you. Especially, I think now people see a totally, at least this group, see a totally different side of Sally. I mean, you have experienced a very colorful life. You've been on stage, you sing, and now they see this side of your think, act positive. Next time we'll put a right spelling there. And
Yeah.
we're definitely going to arrange a follow up for this, and we'll see the questions coming in. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Good.
thank you so much for your time
So thank
today,
you so much.
Sally.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, all
Thank
the friends
you.
and
Thank
fans here.
you.